Aury.
Okay. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Aury Eats Bugs. I really hope I'm lined up here. Here I am. I also noticed editing was ending going over here the other day. It was really in front. Oh, this is going to be a great one. I'm not restarting this. I won't do it. No way. Not today. Hey, how are we doing? I hope everybody's having a great time in life. I know it can be tricky out there from time to time, as we all know. But that's okay, because we got to go through things to go through them, to realize that we can go through them and realize that everything is going to be all right, no matter what. And I think that if we realize that, and everything always works out as long as we keep going and we keep moving forward, then everything is going to work out. If you're still here, living and breathing and, putting your best foot forward and all that fun stuff, you got limitless possibilities, pal. We got some infinite possibilities and opportunities. And once you realize that, or try to at least, and if the thoughts come back up where you don't think that and you think you are limited and whatnot, once you realize that there are literally endless opportunities out there, it is a source of freedom. And I think it's the freedom that maybe we all want, but we resist it. It's part of our human nature. Resistance, man. Resistance is a funny thing. And letting go of that, or learning how you resist yourself inside is the breakthrough that I think everybody needs to live the life that they want. And as soon as you can let go of that, right? As soon as you can let go of the resistance and realize that, you are able to do anything and everything. I mean, limitations are limitations, right? They are. But I just mean in the vast, in whatever realm you're in, whatever you want to do, if you're pulled to do something, do it, man. Remember, why the fuck not? But the resistance in there builds up over time, right? When you're a kid and you just want to try everything, right? And maybe some people don't, but the resistance over time, I'm too old, whatever, I'm just gonna say it. Too fat, too ugly, too stupid. These are all just super judgments, right? And sometimes it's even less than that. Sometimes it's just I'm tired. I don't want to do that. I'm tired. I'm too tired today. I'm just gonna lay down. And don't get me wrong, there are times to rest. But when it is an excuse, it's different from being actually exhausted and wanting to just take a fucking breather. There's nothing wrong with that. But I digress. But yeah, the resistance aspect of it, it comes up in us because of the ego, once again, I think, right? And as soon as we can just move past the hump and move past the why nots and move past the, oh, I can't do this, or the I'm not good enough, or the any sort of realm like that. I think that if we could just move past that and move through it and just tell ourselves that, no, man, you wanted to do this at one point. There's a thought in there, and there's for myself, I get really gung-ho about something, and then I'll wake up the next day or something like that, or I'll do some stuff, and then I'll wake up the next day, and then it'll be don't do that. No, don't do it. Ego. It's wild. It's a wild ride, that thing. We've been talking a lot about the ego because it's such a big part of ourselves, right? And it's going to try to keep us contained. Because of safety, right? Safety and comfort and all that stuff. And that is where a lot of the resistance comes from. Because if you're about to level up, The new level devils. Boo! The new level devils. Bingo, bango. They just pop up because they don't want you to go somewhere that's unknown. And that's where a lot of the resistance comes through. Is it's scary to not know what the fuck is going on if you don't trust in the fact that whatever you do, no matter what, is always going to be in your best interest. The best interest for your soul's journey, even the stupid shit that you do. Not, I don't need to like call names or anything like that. But even the things that you think are mistakes, you know, are not. Every single thing is leading you to the path that you are supposed to be on. Even if you feel like garbage right now, it's okay. Like, it's all right. This is a part of it. The darkness will never be seen, or sorry, the light would never be seen if the darkness didn't exist. And it's the yin and the yang again. You need it. You need the two things, the polarity. I'm going to talk about the Kybalion again. It's a law, the law of polarity. You know, what goes up must come down. You know, eventually, eventually. But the fear of the unknown is super palpable, and you know, the part of our brain, the ego, will stop at no end to keep you comfortable and safe in this realm, in whatever situation that you're in, even if it's a fucking horrible one, even if it is like abusive and traumatic. It doesn't mean, comfort doesn't mean that it's comfortable, like you're wrapped up in a little blanket. No, comfort is your brain's safety mechanism to protect you from something that you don't even know that you want. I don't even know if that makes sense. The ego is there to protect, right? From like back in the day, it's an alert system, right? So if you're living in a certain if you're living in a certain, I don't want to say frequency, I guess it is. If you're living in a certain situation and that's all you know, anything outside of that is going to be way more scary than the life you're currently living now, no matter how fucking shitty it is. Which is so sad. It really is, because people get caught up in these abusive relationships with you know, with anyone, and because that's all they know, they're going to stay in that. Do you know what I mean? Until we can break free. And you can't. Anyone can break free. It just takes that step to realize that if you just surrender to all of the fucking beautiful possibilities that are out there, if you just say, you know what? It's going to be okay. No matter what I do, even if I make a mistake, it's all for the benefit of my life. This is all leading me to the exact path that I want to go on. And if you deter off that path, you'll find your way back if you allow yourself to find your way back. It's some people don't find their way back, you know? Some people get lost. Some people just get lost, and maybe they don't have support systems. Maybe maybe they just don't. They don't have anybody, and they don't think that they have anybody, but they do. There's somebody out there, you know, that wants you to strive, and it's got to be you. You know, that's where it all starts. Internal things here, and if we're a fucking mess inside, then we're not going to be able to be if we're a mess inside, we're going to project that, and there's going to be a messy universe around us. But I firmly believe that we can, you know, the resistance thing, we can break free of resistance. You just have to catch it, right? It's procrastination is another massive force of resistance. You know, I just realized that I had been resisting, you know, aspects of my life, and it manifested in certain ways. I won't get into like crazy details about it, but it had something to do with social media and you know, kind of batting it away, like, oh my God, like fuck this shit, fuck that shit. But usually when you feel that stuff, it is the thing that you're supposed to be pushing towards for whatever reason. And it's like a judgment of yourself. And if you can just take a step back from what's happening in your brain and observe what you're feeling and be curious about it. And it's like, why am I envious of this? Is that what's happening? Is this something that I want to do? And that's why I'm like, fuck that. Is this something that I really want to do? Or is it, is it something else? That's up to all of us to figure out where this resistance is coming from. But, I actually brought this, I brought this on set today. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. This is why I brought it on my person today. This is all about resistance in the muse, and to just sit down. I'll leave this right here. To just sit down. If you want to do something, don't set out a lot of time. If you want to 4 hours, if you want to write 5 pages, if you want to learn, if you want to just spend half an hour reading a book every day. It's whatever you want to do, but you have to just do it. And the more that you do that, the more that you're like, I got to do this today. Make a little list for yourself, create a check mark. The more that you do that, the more you're going to get in a habitual thing. And then it's just part of it's just part of who you are now. It's created a new persona for yourself. But that doesn't mean that you just you got to be super aggressive about it, because that's bad too. Then that turns into some other sort of, addiction problem or whatever. But the main source of resistance is the fact that we maybe don't trust that everything is going to be okay, and that there aren't limitless possibilities out there, but there are. I've been listening to a lot of. I'm going to go for it. Hey. Amazing. I have been listening to a lot of Neville Goddard again. So if you don't know Neville Goddard, he is the godfather of thoughts and things and manifestation and surrender and all that stuff, right? And I've been listening to. I'm so happy that it came back into my life at kind of a perfect time, just so I can revisit these thoughts. And the biggest. There's a couple of them, and one of them, there's a lot of them, not just a couple, but one of them is the surrender, right? The surrender to the unknown. I believe that is true freedom. True freedom doesn't come from money. Freedom doesn't come from things. Freedom doesn't come from another person. Freedom doesn't come from anywhere but inside yourself. And that surrender, having that surrender to just let go of outcome, to let go of everything, to just be present, to just trust that no matter what, if you just keep going, that every single thing that you want is already out there, ready to just come to you. And I had just been batting shit away. I just realized that. I was on the toilet the other day. That's right. Toilet thoughts. They're a little less profound than shower thoughts, but impactful nonetheless. So, yeah, toilet. And I was just thinking, because I'm trying to get my Instagram, my personal one going again, and I was like, fuck, motherfucker. I have been so resistant about showing my career. Not showing off, but just showing things that I've done for some stupid reason, egoic, 100%. But in that internally, I believe that I was batting away opportunities because I wasn't in the mindset to allow the things to come in my life. And how often do we do that? And we don't even realize that we're doing it. You know what I mean? Now, there are boundaries, and set boundaries and say no to things that you don't want to do and that you're not aligned with. But if you're saying subconsciously no, then you're pushing it away. You're pushing all of these beautiful things that are just waiting for you to come into your life. Everything you always wanted is that point of surrender, of just letting go. Now, it doesn't mean you don't work hard. It doesn't mean you stop trying to be successful. Fuck no, you do that. That is the action. That is the action that you need to take. That is the yin and the yang, right? Yin, action, yang. I might be getting this wrong, but whatever. Um, that, right? The action and then the nurturing. The action and then the nurturing, right? You take action on something, but you let it go. You detach from it. You detach from the wanting and you turn it into knowing. And it's amazing. It is freedom. And you don't need it from anywhere else but in here. You don't need it from anywhere else but inside here. And that's all you need. That's all you need. Do you know what I mean? It's and that level of detachment, it works for all aspects, right? It works for love as well, right? You have to just trust in whoever you're with fully, right? And that trust comes from inside as well. But the detachment, man, because nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. And that's a sad part of this human existence in this 3D world. And to kind of come to terms with that, even your own mortality, right? That's another reason to just let go and just let all this shit come to you, because it wants to. All of these beautiful things want to come into your life if you just let go and trust that they are already here. You just gotta stop. You just gotta, hop in there. Just hop into your life, you know? Do the old reality transfer, man. Every decision that we make, it catapults us to another timeline. It can happen like that. And then you just have literally everything that you want because you just let go of that massive want and how important it is to you. You know? I just found this necklace that I lost, my gemstone, that I just thought that I lost. But I was like, whatever. I'll find it one day. I'm sure it'll pop back in my life, and it did. The funny thing is, I lost my fucking keys, my key to my truck this morning. Lost my mind. I lost my mind. I tore my place apart because I was like, what the hell? I checked everything. I checked every single thing. I went downstairs. I was like, did I somehow lock it in there? It was a little stressful just because like I needed to get around and to do all this stuff. And I had plans tonight and I had plans today to get, groceries and stuff like that. I digress. But I put so much importance on this item. And while it is important, I kind of valued the lesson of they're just items. Do you know what I mean? And I ended up finding my keys. Thank you very much. I apparently blacked out and forgot that I went to the gym, and for some reason took my truck keys down to the gym with me. It was at the front desk. What are you doing? Marky Borg needs a little rest. But the value that I put to this in my head was a lot less than the value of my keys, which I mean, like in the 3D world, it is like, it's just a gemstone. Do you know what I mean? But the fact of this detachment was a lesson for me to not put so much meaning into everything and to just detach and to just trust. I said this a million times today. I was like, I'm gonna find my keys. It's okay. But then I didn't, man. And I'm like, I was going mad. I retraced all my steps. I forgot. Anyway, detachment, surrender, letting go, and resistance. Letting go. It might be one of the hardest things to do, especially when we care so much about things. And when they say that if you love something, if you really love something, then you should let it go. I truly believe that. Because whatever is meant to be in your life is going to find you no matter what. And if it's not staying in your life, and yeah, if it's not staying in your life and it doesn't come back in your life, and it's not meant to be, and that's okay. That's the surrender thing. It's okay. Maybe there's another door that's going to open. Maybe there's going to be another person in your life. There's no such thing as rejection. Every no is pointing you in the right direction to your highest expression. And truly believing that and trusting that is a source of the most freedom. And I think maybe the freedom that we're all searching for inside. All right. Whew. Okay, that was a good one. That was a great one. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. I love all of you so much. Have an amazing day, night, afternoon, brunch, lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever you're doing. I love you all. Thank you.
That's my opinion!